Hey, it's Lori Alvarez, and I am live right now from today, my backyard, right? Just worked well. I feel like it's a beautiful day. And if you're not watching our weekly emails and our videos that we send out, you should tune in because we did a little video, my husband and I, on our backyard outdoor kitchen, which we love. So if you want to know more about that, check our YouTube page out. You'll see it. We just did it. I think it's in for editing right now, and will be sent out to you all. I'm so excited. So, anyways, I've got people asking me over the last couple of weeks, "Hey, Lori, what is going on with the real estate market right now? Because it's pretty interesting, and it's all over the place." And it's really interesting the perspective that people have and the thoughts that they have. So I'm just going to share what my experience has been since COVID broke out to now. Like, it's still happening, right? It's still very much an active part of what we're doing day to day, right? So a little market inventory, let me put it in perspective for you. Market update from the last 7 days, right? And these are just local neighborhoods that we specifically service all the time. Now, bear in mind, I'm a girl who was raised over in the El Monte area, so I'm all the way all over the place, right? My market is all over the place. If you haven't been following me, check it out. You'll see I have a listing in Crestline that I think just might go to sold today. In the next hour or so, my team has just sent back a counteroffer and praying that the buyer's agent accepts it and we move to escrow. That is what the market is doing. It's really, really that hyper-local and that interesting, right? So with that said, for new listings in this last 7 days, Claremont has seen 10 new properties and Glendora has 9 new listings, right? Laverne is showing 14 new listings, San Dimas only 4, and Upland is 24 new listings, right? Those are new listings on the market just recently and then closed in the last 7 days on the market. And this is all per MLS information, right? So it's only the information that's put in the MLS, which is what us realtors use for information, including appraisers, right? And so closed, Claremont has seen 10 properties close in the last 7 days. Glendora has seen 15 close in the last 7 days. Laverne has had 8 closed. San Dimas has shown 8 closed, and Upland 13. So I want you to kind of think about and process those numbers, right? And this is what a good agent will share with you. When you look at the numbers hyper locally, right? Let me put it in perspective. Sometimes this helps people. Back in 2011, total houses for sale in San Dimas, including condos and townhouses, was 110 properties. 110 properties. Today, when I check the MLS, there's like 25, 32 at the most. And we're like, where has the real estate market went? Where are all these homes? So when we have a lack of inventory, what happens when we have a lack of inventory? Well, guess what happens? Prices just go up. And when we have an abundance of inventory, for example, now I'm going to share with you the San Dimas real estate luxury market. When we have an abundance of real estate inventory, you can look at this right here. This information is provided to us from InfoSparks, right? And you can see what the luxury market in San Dimas specifically is doing. These are properties in the last 3 years that are only 3,000 square feet or more. 3,000 square feet or more. So what does that tell you right there when you look at that, right? We were at a height, right? And then we slowly, as you look at the graph over the last 3 years, we slowly show a decrease, then an increase in 2017, right? Just look at what the market's doing. So interesting. So when people say, well, what is the market doing? You need to be very specific. Are you talking luxury? Are you talking the $500,000 market? Are you talking the entrance market about 300,000? What neighborhood are you talking about? You want to know specifically, hyper locally, what's happening, because the market is very different in all areas. So when I share with you what's happening with the market, I answer to your specific neighborhood and questions. And I'll ask more questions when you ask me, is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? I can tell you right now, I am servicing Rancho Cucamonga, and there is a lack of inventory, and houses are selling for 50 and 60,000 over list price. That is crazy, right? Glendora, even though it has quite a few properties for sale right now, is still very intense as well, multiple offers. So what does that mean? That means that, yeah, those particular neighborhoods are a seller's market. When you have sellers' ability to pick and choose who they want to work with, that means you, seller, Mr. Seller, have complete control over what's happening. When you don't have that, that is when things do not work to the seller's benefit, right? And it then shifts to a buyer's market. Buyers, what is your market right now? Interest rates. They are phenomenal, right? And it's what's pushing the market. So you may not get a rockin' steal in your purchase price. But let me tell you, the loan and the longevity of your loan and the amazing interest rate you're gonna get, whew, that knocks it out the door, and it's worth it. I'm just telling you, now is a fantastic time to buy. You just have to be prepared to compete with multiple offers. If you're not prepared for that, you are not meant to be buying in this market. You've got to have the heart, the intensity, and an agent like Lori Alvarez and team who's willing to hustle and knock out and write competitive offers, because right now, that is what the market is. I think it's crazy when an agent calls me and says, Lori, do you have multiple offers? Of course I do. Write your best offer. When a buyer asks you, Lori, do they have multiple offers? Of course they do. And it doesn't even matter if it's one offer, two offers, or 20 offers. What matters is that you, Mr. Buyer, write the best offer you can give in the beginning, because you may not get another opportunity. That's just the reality of the market right now. So sellers, when an agent comes in and sits with you and says, price your property correctly, don't tell them, I've got time. You don't have time. No one has time when they sit on the market, because all anyone thinks when a house is sitting on the market is, uh-oh, what's wrong with it? I have a property that I'm going to be going out to later today, right? And I, as the realtor that's going out to see this property, is saying, what's wrong with it? Why hasn't it sold? What do you think buyers are saying, Mr. Seller? They're saying the exact same thing. So pricing is everything. You hire your realtor professional. Promise, you need to believe your realtor professional. And if they're not providing great information to get your answers correctly answered, and they're not doing the best that they can for what you need, then look, the reality is there's probably a better choice out there. So what market is it? Well, you tell me where you're at, put it in the comments. I'll tell you where we're at. I'll tell you what's going on. I'll pull all the stats, and then I'll just give you my gut instinct. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I know when we're in a high market, low market, down market, hard market, crazy COVID market, the market is interesting and it's so hyper local. So we love helping families move forward. It's the one thing we enjoy doing. We just have to have buyers and sellers who are just as committed as we are to get through to the finish line, because it's, I will give you this, guarantee you this. It is not an easy market. All of us work hard to get you sold and bought for the appropriate amount of money that makes best sense for all parties, right? We're looking for the win-win. I'm Lori Alvarez. Our family loves to help you guys make that move. So what real estate market is it? Comment down below. Tell me the city you're in, and I'll answer that question specifically to you. But I can tell you right now, the market is definitely trending because of lack of inventory to a seller's market. Buyers, remember, your win is in the interest rate. Hey, I'm Lori Alvarez. You can check me out at lorialvarez.net. You can just text me or you can call me at 909-227-4196. And if you want our awesome email sent to you, we do a weekly email with great information. We'd be glad to do that. Comment down below or shoot me a text. We'll include you in that list. We have a lot of fun stuff there. And don't miss my weekly podcast. We have a podcast, Real Estate with Soul. You can find me at Real Estate with Soul on all the podcasting sites. I'm there as well with great buyer-seller tips and how to do real estate as a buyer and seller. That's what I'm here for, to serve families who look to move in the real estate world. I'm Lori Alvarez. Thanks again. It's been fun. Have a fantastic day. We are all boldly blessed.